Welcome to the Manwhore Podcast.
Hello to the bronies, bottoms, and badass bitches. What is going on? This is the Manwhore Podcast, and this is your host, Billy Persida. How are you doing? How are we? Have you ever just had like a really good day? Just a fucking great day? I had one of those. I'm in a relatively good mood, people, so watch out, because that can't be that great of a sign. But I'm feeling good today. I hope you are too. I'm going to try to keep it brief up top. We've got a really great episode today with Kaylee. Super fun. I want to be able to get right to it. Just a couple things I want to mention up top. First off, I want to give a good big congratulations to Michael Sam making history as the first ever highly anticipated 7th round draft pick in the NFL. Guys, first time that's ever happened. No, but seriously, Michael Sam is now the first openly gay player to be drafted into the NFL, and so long as he makes the 53-man roster for the St. Louis Rams, he will be the first openly gay football player in the NFL come this fall. So very excited for that. Very excited for where we're going with that. It was very, very emotional draft pick. If you're watching ESPN, his boyfriend was with him when he got the phone call, and they shared a very just adorable kiss. Outraged people, but it's good for him. It's funny because you don't know what people are mad about, because you couldn't tell if they were mad because it was an interracial kiss, because it was a gay kiss. If my Irish Catholic great aunt Irene saw it, she might have just been upset that his boyfriend was Italian. I don't even know, but we're happy for him, and I'm very excited to see what goes on down in St. Louis for him. Some big news over here at the Manwhore Podcast. We've now been on iTunes. We've been selected by iTunes as new and noteworthy for 2 whole weeks. Maintained that front page status in the sexuality section of iTunes. So very excited about that. I'd love for you guys to help keep me up there. If you could just subscribe, leave a comment, give a rating, let me know what you think about the show. Be much appreciated. Very excited for what's been going on. Been hearing a lot of great things from people who've been listening. So thank you all, and thanks for keeping me up there. And if you live in New York City and you want to see me perform, I've got a couple shows this week. Tonight, Wednesday, when this is dropping, I'll be at the Broadway Comedy Club on 53rd and 8th Avenue at the 11 o'clock show. You can come out to that. Or on Thursday, May 15th, I will be at 3 of Cups on 5th Street and 1st Avenue doing a storytelling show called Stories from Orgies. You guys have heard me mention a couple times this friend of mine, this fella who organizes some group sex activities. So he's a storyteller. He is organizing a show where several people will be, like myself, will come on and tell some orgy stories, guys. So if you want to see that, it's a free show. Come on out, support. It'll be fun. We'll have a drink afterwards. That's 3 of Cups, 5th Street and 1st Avenue, Thursday. And now for this week's guest. This week's guest is Kaylee. Kaylee is just a rad chick. When I gave the shout out up front to badass bitches, that's because Kaylee is just a badass bitch. Oh, she is fucking awesome. So much fun. Kaylee and I used to see each other, as she called it, quasi-dating, almost 3 years ago. We had a really fun fall, fooled around a lot. You know, it was something that started off just as sex. I was in this weird mood in my life where I was like, oh, no, fuck it. I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying to have some fun. Super cash. And Kaylee, you know, I mean, besides the fact that sex with her was fantastical, there was something about Kaylee that made me be like, you know what? I could maybe see myself dating her. She's witty. She's sexy. She's fun. This could be a thing. And I tried several times over the years to try to get back together with her. Again, not just to get laid, but because I was like, no, I could take this girl to dinner. We could, I tried several times, and she never seemed to have been interested. And I came to find out from her while doing the show that she was questioning her decision. So I found that very interesting, that we were both seeing the potential for something there, and we were both kind of fighting it, just at different times. I'm gonna stop babbling along. I could keep telling you how awesome she is, but I want you guys to hear it for yourself. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of the Manwhore Podcast, a sex positive quest for love, with this week's guest, Kaylee. All right, so let's see how this goes.
I'm ready.
Are you nervous?
Like a little bit, because I want to be funny, but I don't want to try to be funny.
Don't try to be funny.
I'm
just
not
be
gonna
yourself.
I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
You is see, you're pretty funny on your own. You're pretty fine as is.
Aw, shucks, coming from the comedian.
Oh,
That makes me feel so much better. All right, yeah, let's do it.
All right, yeah, we'll say. Hey, so I'm here. I'm here with Kaylee in her swank ass apartment.
So swanky.
Say
so
hello to everyone.
Hello, listeners. Good to speak to you, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's been a rough month.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about to slow down a little bit, so all will be well then. So
Why are things rough?
I have this problem where I like to be really busy all the time, and the minute that I'm not very busy, I'll just pile on all this shit to keep doing, and then once I do that, everything picks up again, and all of a sudden I have too much shit on my plate. So right now I have like 2 jobs that I'm working and trying to compose and get some concerts going and my stuff.
Because you're a singer?
I am a performer and a composer.
I did not. I think I forgot that you were
the composer thing's pretty new.
Okay.
And that's kind of the track that I'm working on very hard right now.
Less acting.
See, that's also been my existential crisis lately. Is people keep telling me I have to choose if I want to be a writer or
fuck those people.
Performer, and I also say fuck those people.
Yeah,
I want to do both.
Yeah.
And I actually have been thinking a lot about you lately, because I'm going to start writing this song cycle called Songs for Slutty Girls.
I love that you think of slutty girls. You think of
no, because I was thinking
Billy.
about that book, The Ethical Slut,
Yeah?
that you always talked about, and I really want to read it before I've started writing it a little bit, but
It's
I
an
want
eye-opener.
I want to bring aspects of that into it. It'll be a very fun comedic type song cycle, but I want to bring some of that stuff into it. So I'm actually going to go buy that book like tomorrow.
Go for
maybe.
it.
Yeah. So
Could borrow my sister's copy that I bought her, that she asked for and then never read herself. And then my mom found it, and then she started reading it. So now I have to live with that.
Oh my
fact.
God, your whole family, ethical
It's a
sluts.
family of sluts.
Oh God, how exciting!
Because Kelly didn't read it. My mom, like one day I walked into the living room, and my mom, like I don't know, 4 months ago, my mom's reading it, and I'm like, I know it's in that book. I mean, you get deep enough. There's a fisting scene in that book. I was like, where'd you stop? She's like, kind of right after the jealousy. I was like, good, because like right after that chapter, they describe
Shit
like
gets real.
It's they describe a lesbian orgy they were at where like someone said, "Hey, can you just hold her down while I fist her?" And I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, I did not need my mom.
See, these are
Like
the
it's
moments.
fine. She's allowed. She's a woman with her own
Absolutely.
sexuality.
Go
But
your
like,
mom.
I just don't need
Your
to know
mom is
she's
hot. I forgot about that. I just saw her that one time. I don't even think I actually met her. I just saw her, and I was like, "What the fuck? Billy's mom's hot."
What happened to Billy?
What? That's totally what I thought.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're an asshole. Yeah, that's funny that you're cool with that with your family. I'm like the black sheep of my family in that regard. And
They're
I'm
all like all whorish and they're all wholesome.
Yep. That's what we're going to go with. Like, my little sister just got a boyfriend recently. She's a senior in high school. And I'm going back in a couple of weeks for her graduation for a few days. And she's like, she keeps saying stuff like, "Oh my God, all my friends are so excited to meet you. I've been telling them all these great stories about you. And they're really excited, but my boyfriend's really nervous to meet you because he thinks you're kind of like crazy." And I was like, what the fuck kind of stories have you been telling, Kelsey? And I come to find out that she's been telling all these stories about my sex life that I tell her that are like in confidence that I don't need seniors in high school hearing, but that they all know. And so I'm going to show up to this graduation party and very awkwardly, all these seniors in high school are going to know all these intimate details about my sex life. And I'm not sure I'm going to play it off. I think I'm going to have to be either just drunk or like stoned off my face. I don't know which one yet. One of the two. But then she said I couldn't get drunk, so I don't know. I'm very confused as to what I'm allowed to do.
See, here's the thing. We haven't really done anything in like several years. It's basically.
Has it been that long?
It's been like 3 years.
We're getting older.
It'll be 3 years this fall.
I was such a child. I'm still such a child.
Don't say that. They're going to think Billy is raping children.
Oh, yeah, that's
totally. She was perfectly of age.
I was perfectly of age.
This was before I retired from teenagers. I'm officially retired from teenagers.
Oh, you remind me of this fact every time I see you.
Every time of all the, what, 1 or 2 times?
Oh, okay, well, to be fair, every time I talk to you, it's either blah, 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 something for a college girl, or you youngin', or hun.
Well, one, I call everyone hun.
I know you call everyone
my best
hun.
friends hun.
And I
call my guy friends hun, and they think it's weird.
But that always grates on me because it feels condescending. I know it's not meant to be condescending, but it feels condescending.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why that always grated on me. And I was like,
you could just said, "Don't call me hun." I wouldn't have called.
I know,
you hun.
but I was young and impressionable, and I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So so what's a story that you're so worried about that came out? Because see, when we hooked up, there was not many stories.
No. Things
and
have,
then shit got
things
real.
Have
apparently.
changed.
That's what you've told me.
Times have changed.
That's what I've heard.
It's not so much that I care that they know. It's just that they have this picture of me in their head of this crazy New Yorker, which I guess I am in some sense, but I don't care. I just don't want them to be afraid of me. And I know her boyfriend's is very afraid of me. He is frightened because I added him on Facebook. And then at one point I posted this article about, the new generation of sex lives and how sex lives can be totally different from what we had.
The Rolling Stones article?
Yes, that one.
I forget who wrote it, but that was a
great article.
I read the first half. I still have to finish.
You should finish it.
I'll probably never
really
finish,
great article.
I know I need to.
And so I posted it and I was like, all I said with it was interesting read. And he apparently was like, your sister is crazy. I don't understand. So I don't know. He's a good Catholic boy. Oh God, I fucking hope my sister will never hear this, but sorry if you do, little sister. She had to convince her boyfriend to have.
I'm with you on that one. I hope my little sister never hears this. I already know one of my little sisters, the older little sister,
mm-hmm.
her boyfriend made her start listening to an episode last week, and they had to stop. It was the Jess episode. They listened to my chat with Jess, and they had to stop very early on. I was told.
Totally.
I don't even think they made it. I don't even think they made it to the Jess part. I think they stopped during the monologue.
And I think it's different between brother and sister siblings. If the minute my little brother starts fucking chicks, I'm going to slit my wrists, and I'm going to.
You know that's gonna happen soon.
I'm so afraid. And I just found out today he got elected. He was just student body president for the freshman class, and now he's student body president for the sophomore class.
Student body presidents get all the pussy.
Get so much. Oh, I'm so afraid. The minute he brings a girl home, I'm gonna be horrible. She's
gonna be
Kelsey and
I love that you guys vending machines. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so horrifying.
Yeah, you passed that student
policy.
He's
a soccer star, and my brother is one of those kids who's had abs since he was probably 6.
You're so close to just saying my brother's hot. You're this close.
No, my brother is hot. I'm gonna say it. My brother is fucking hot, and it makes me hate him because he doesn't. Oh my God, it makes me so worried. Fuck, whatever. My sister and
I can beat it. I can beep. Just
I
me.
I don't think she would ever stumble upon this.
Hey, this is gonna be. I am new and noteworthy on iTunes.
You are new and noteworthy. We've decided that the second he brings a girl home, that we are just going to be so mean. And if she passes our test, then obviously she's meant for him. I don't know. It's this weird animal instinct problem, and I just want to protect him. And I don't want to think of him fucking. Oh, God,
How old
it's
is he
horrible.
again? He's like
He's
16?
almost 15.
Okay.
Oh,
does
God,
he,
that's
so, but
horrifying.
has he had like the sex talk yet?
Oh, I think he's had to.
I mean, like just in school or with a dad, or
I think,
have you?
I think with. I'm pretty sure with my parents he has, because I unfortunately have set the precedent in our house of what I guess is, because I got in trouble when I was a senior in high school because my boyfriend was in my bed with me. To be fair, nothing was happening, but I got in a shitload of trouble, and like Luke was witness to this, and so I think he probably had to get a pretty big sex talk then, and then all the crazy shit that I've done has added up over the years, that I'm sure there have had to be multiple talks about like what your older sister is doing.
Well, do you think he's getting like a healthy sex education?
Yes, or at least I'm trying to make him have it. Like,
Good for you.
I really got on him when I came home the last time. We actually had to talk about like respect towards women. I forget what he said. I think he might have said slut in a way that I didn't like, or something like that. And I really took him to town on that one.
Okay.
We've had some arguments about feminism, and I'm going to turn him into a feminist if it's the last thing I do. I'm working on it.
Right, because let's be intolerant of the intolerant. That works. That's always their first. That's the argument you give them by doing that. But I bring it up.
Give me some. Tell me how to bring him to the feminist.
You annoy them with it. Like my youngest sister used to say that's so gay all the time.
I'm definitely annoying them with it.
And I'm an ally. We would say
you're so progressive.
I'm just annoyingly, like, to the point that it's a turnoff. So I mean, since Kelly was probably like 14, I would always, anytime she said that's so gay, I'd be like, oh, like how? And she'd be like, well, because I was like, all right, so you mean it's dumb? She's like, yeah. I was like, you could just say that. There's a shit ton of synonyms for dumb. But you just jumped to the one that's totally inaccurate.
I think I got on him for that too.
And now she doesn't say it. She got to the point she just I haven't heard her say it in years, because she just knows I'm gonna call you stupid for using a word incorrectly like that. That's so important. But I bring up that point because there's an article on nerve.com. They did a list not too long ago called 16 Lies We Need to Stop Teaching Boys About Sex. And there was some ones on here I really highlighted because I thought they were really important. So I maybe wanted to go through a few of these with you and
Totally.
let's chat on them. You know, I was going to number these in order to like strategically go through in a conversation.
But that didn't work out.
Did not finish that homework. So we're just going to kind of go straight through. We're not going to do all of them. Just some of these were pretty big. The first one is, number one on the list is, the first lie we tell teenage boys, and I think all teenagers about sex, is a big penis is the only way to ever please a lover.
Mm-hmm. I agree that's a lie.
There's a big butt. There's a big butt.
Oh God, that's so mean.
There's a difference between mean and just your own personal preference.
I'm such a sizist. Like, oh, it's so bad. I love a big dick. Like, I want a big dick.
What's big for you?
I don't know in terms
because
of
you're not
inches.
taking. You're not taking.
I'm not
out,
taking rulers to anybody.
You want
like,
okay, do a.
God, I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I want give me a hint thing that. Because that is like, that's 5.5 inches what you just did.
I think I want bigger than that.
Because
okay, here's how
this is 6.
Literally, I don't. Okay, the hands thing doesn't work for me. I just know when you take your pants off, I'm like, either this is disappointing to me or this is not disappointing to me. Like it's just a thing that I know and feel, and it's so bad.
It's not bad. You're allowed to have your personal preference. It's fine if you're like, I prefer a big cock. It's bad and mean when you're like, anyone without a big cock is worthless and a poor lover. And I totally don't believe that,
because my roommate actually prefers
an average or small.
She does.
It all depends on the person.
And actually, she recently slept with this guy, and she said, she was like, I had prayed to God to send me a small dick, and I got one, and I figured out that I really don't want a small dick. I want an average dick. And I was like, glad we cleared this up.
I think that's a very important thing. Now, a lot of people, they say big, and that anything that's not big is small.
I'd say average to big is what I look for.
Because almost every study shows, especially in America, that the average dick is like between like 5.5 inches. And so, people hear 5 and they don't think that's a lot. I was like, that's your average.
Yeah, I don't really focus on a number. It's just a feel.
But yeah, no, it's a feel, but that feel's still gonna like be a certain thing. Totally. And so I think that people, they hear someone say that someone has a 5-inch dick and think that's small, when in reality, no, like
it's not. Yeah, I think I just got spoiled in my early sexual life.
It wasn't by me.
Oh my God.
Were you disappointed when the pants came off?
I don't think I was disappointed. I think I remember.
No, let's end. I wasn't
disappointed.
I know, but let's end on a good note. Let's end on. I wasn't disappointed.
Okay, then I'll keep the butt out of it.
The next point. Maybe we'll get into that later. The next lie. Men always want sex. This is one, and it kind of couples with the next one, which I'll just go with that. The other lie that I think it couples with is sex ends with a man's orgasm. These two things, I think we've moved on. Hillary Clinton's running for president. Ew. I think things like that. Hey, we can recognize that like a woman can want the sex more than the guy. Sex doesn't just end when the guy comes. There's more work to be done. Mm-hmm. And I think too many people, too many guys, even ones who aren't young like your brother, but I still talk to dudes my age who like, they're like, yeah, well, I came and I rolled over. I'd be like, what? Yeah, man, I jackhammered for like a minute and a half. She fucking Jesus loved Christ. It. And then I went to sleep and made a sandwich in some order.
That's horrible. I mean...
Like, are you trying to tell your brother, like, hey, you better fucking work hard.
You better work hard. You
absolutely
dive
better
your
make face
sure.
into that pussy and you work it.
Oh, God, that's horrible. I don't want him to do that. But
you don't want him to eat women
No,
out?
I do. I want him to.
You're like, I don't want him to, but like, I want him to be a good lover.
I think he'll... I can't have this discussion.
I'm enjoying now that I didn't plan on contextualizing this around your brother, but I'm now enjoying you making you say, no, I want my brother to like pussy.
I absolutely do.
Don't.
If my brother, I will be so disappointed if my brother isn't good in bed. I just had the recent experience where I found out one of my best friends is not a good lover, not from personal experience, from somebody else's experience with him. And it was so disappointing because I love him so much. And I just had faith that he was a good lover.
Why not just give him some lessons? Sometimes you gotta help a friend. Sometimes you gotta help a friend out.
No, God, no. We are the most sexually incompatible people I think I've ever encountered. I would break him. Like, I would absolutely break him.
I love the confidence.
I would. If there's one thing I know in this life, it is that I am really good at sex.
You are really good at sex. I mean, I don't know how you've changed since then, but...
That is one thing I can put on my resume. You only kept coming back.
There's more than that actually. But again, later. But like, yeah, top third at least. I have to then
top third. Oh, jeez.
I gotta think.
It's better than winning a Tony.
Well, I remember putting you in top 10 like 3 years ago, but things have changed, Kaylee.
Oh God, have they?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't recall. So you are hoping your brother learns to...
Yes, he should learn.
Put a woman's orgasm at equal, if not before his.
I'd say before. That's where I'd like to put him at.
And you can be like, good boy. Yeah.
Oh, God, I'd never want to say those words to him ever.
Oh, another one, liking butt stuff makes you gay. Is a common lie, I think people tend to learn.
I really have no experience with butt stuff / butt stuff scares the shit out of me. But I agree that it has
nothing
to do
yourself,
with being
or
gay.
both?
What?
On like yourself or both?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit, I'm not about that. I don't know why. It just weirds me out.
No, that's fine.
It's nothing I enjoy or want in any way, shape, or form. But I agree. I don't think that makes you gay. Well, that's what I think is so interesting about men. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong about this. Is that you guys? It's like essentially a G spot in your ass.
The prostate gland. It's like a walnut sized.
Right. So like that, it makes sense to me because like if you have a fucking G spot out, then why wouldn't you use it? I'm just probably not going to help you use it because I don't want to stick my hands up your ass. Like I just don't want to do that or anything else. You
wouldn't put like a toy in.
I'm not gonna never say never, but I don't know. I just don't want to put anything in your butt. I don't know why. That just weirds me out so much. And it's so funny. I think I usually am the kinkiest, like craziest sex person in my group of friends. But then I talk to somebody like you and I'm like, I am not kinky.
I'm
I'm
not that kinky. I'm really not. I'm explorative. I'm adventurous, but I wouldn't call myself that. I'm certainly not vanilla, but like I mean, there's one thing where kinky has gone to be to a place where you assume that kinky means bondage and BDSM when it's such a larger umbrella.
It's a huge spectrum.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just like to try things. It doesn't mean I love all of it. I've been to a bukkake. It's not because like I'm into those as much as like it's a free blowjob. Like if I'm okay with other guys getting it at the same time, I'll take one. Like why not? But it doesn't mean like I don't fetishize that type of stuff. And I don't think that makes me like insanely kinky. I just think I'm a little like I'm just off center, just enough to be interesting.
All right, what's next on the list?
Next one. This is one, and this is very prevalent. You stereotypically you hear that it's a big thing in like the black community, but this is huge like with Italians. At least it used to be, maybe a generation or two ago. That going down on a woman means like you're not. It says going down on someone isn't masculine. So if you're a guy, I mean, they had a whole episode.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's a whole Sopranos episode about it where they all lick their wife's pussy because otherwise the wife, the running gag in the whole Sopranos episodes, they all do it, but they're all saying they don't and calling other guys who do it queer. It's like, if you're going down on a chick, you know what? The next thing you're going to be doing is going down on dick. That's all you could think about.
Jesus Christ.
But
I'd say one of the crowning achievements I would think as a man is to be like, I give great head. Or at least I think it should be a crowning achievement because it is very difficult to give great head. I think if you're somebody who gives great head as a guy, then like I want to fucking pin a medal on you because it's so hard to find somebody who does give good head. So to those men out there, just fucking be great at giving head. Like that's all we want. Give head.
And I remember, or
at least that's all I want. Those one of those other episodes.
You want a big to average sized dick and a guy who gives good head.
Yes.
We're gonna make an imaginary running list of the traits you're looking for.
Great. That episode before with the girls who were like, I don't want you to go down on me. I just want you to like fuck me.
That was Jess and her friend.
That blew my mind. I'm like, that's so cool that like works for you, but that absolutely does not work for me. Like I would need something more than just that. And like, that blew my mind that was a thing. I was like, that was very interesting.
Yeah, that's I remember foreplay not being a thing when her and I like slept together, but I didn't realize it was because she was, trying to skip it. And I was also like 19, so I didn't know fucking better. I mean, at 19, I remember, in that same dorm room, I lived with 4 dudes who like, we were making fun of this one guy, his girlfriend. He referred to going down his girlfriend as giving head. And at the time I was 19 and dumb. And, we were all making fun of him, not for going down on her, but because he called it giving head. And lo and behold, I learned, that's like just a really easy way of saying it in a cleanish manner.
Yes.
I think there's one more I want to get out here because I think it's important, especially for guys to know, because I feel like there's I think women and men both need to know this, especially guys who suffer from it, who it's happened to. It happens to, I think, almost all of us. It says, this is another lie that we teach guys is when men can't get erections, it means they don't want sex.
I think that's a definite lie. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, I'm on Reddit a lot. You know Reddit, right?
I've heard of Reddit. I've never been on Reddit.
There's a lot of little sub-communities. So I'm on like the sex sub-community a lot where people are either posting a problem or they're talking about a thing or they're sharing articles. And there's every day I see a different post of a girl saying, he can't get it up. He didn't get it up last night. Is he not into me anymore? Or a guy will be like, it went soft one time and I'm freaking out. Like, it's totally normal.
It's a total stigma. And I know as a woman, like when a guy can't get hard, I immediately am like, oh, this is my fault.
Right.
And feel very insecure about what's going on. When in reality isn't. But to be fair, whiskey dick makes me so sad and so upset.
That's why you don't let him get whiskey dick.
Sex. Just
that's why you don't
so
pop him up with whiskey. The other problem, I'll see or not see. I'm not in the room when the dicks are going soft. It's not like a side job I have.
Right.
But,
Naturally.
another thing I read a lot is guys get worried. And what happens is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It went soft that one time. I'm worried it's going to get soft again.
Totally.
And then it does again. And then
it gets in your head.
And I think guys just need to learn. And that's just a biological thing. Sometimes it's not going to happen. Guys can have sex without having an orgasm, and they still had sex. Their dick's not broken that particular time, and they didn't come. Like, I think that's the thing people just need to learn. So,
agreed.
Those are some things. You can go to nerve.com. There's that, that list is up there. I thought it was very interesting. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. So what's some of the stuff that's changed? Not to jump right in, but Jesus. Every time, the few times we've spoken since then, you're always like, I don't know, Billy, like the times have changed. I'm a different woman.
Times have changed.
I'm a woman now, and I'm all sorts of kinky and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I call your bluff. Let's hear it.
I mean, I'm still obvious. I am young and I'm still growing and changing.
Can you just clarify, like, you're not like super young?
No, I am 21 years old.
Yes, she's legally a grown-ass woman.
I'm legally a grown-ass woman, recently able to drink, which is actually, I've got to say, you changed my life for the fucking better, Prasida.
Oh, I wish it was the way I wanted.
Because you fucking got me that ID.
I wish it was the way I wanted.
Praise you till the end of time.
I should have fucking demanded
you should have, because you.
No, you wouldn't. You weren't
I wouldn't have.
To.
That's a total
it's
lie.
A lie.
I totally would not have.
It's a lie. Now, had I told, but yeah,
you went to the ends of the earth to get me that ID, and I appreciate you so much for that. I've got to tell you, dear listeners, I got to drink illegally because I was not of age for a year and a half.
Both for my listeners, by the way, and for any law enforcement listening in.
Billy got me this ID that worked for me for a year and a half, and the running joke, my whole family, all my friends call me Irene for like the past year and a half, and that's
Irene, who, by the way, was my very first test episode.
Irene,
when I first bought this
Irene,
stuff,
I feel like I know you so
practice.
well. Oh my god, Irene, like that's my alter ego is Irene, and I took Irene.
I didn't black out and fuck 5 dudes that night. That was Irene.
It was all Irene.
She's just a crazy skank.
I took Irene to Atlantic City. It was great. Fucking Irene got me through it. And the funny thing is, I really look nothing like that ID.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And all my friends would always be like, this fucking works? And I'd be like, abso-fucking-lutely it does, because I'm a method actor. I have this entire backstory for Irene, all these things. Not only did I have the idea, but this beautiful woman, Irene, gave me, well, I paid for her driver's license, her permit, and her blood donor card. And then I went to Atlantic City, so then I had a casino card that had her name on it. So anytime a bouncer was this isn't you.
You got the casino card with
Absolutely, I did.
Collecting points?
I did.
But I went to the ends of the earth because that's how much I was like, I can make it work with Kaylee now. I'm like a better person now. Tanya hasn't totally fucked me up. Let's go for it.
That was also a really horrible time to even trying to be getting with me because I'd just broken up with my boyfriend.
I know.
So that was like a horrible time.
We started speaking partially.
Yeah.
Although I did speak to the wrong Kaylee for like maybe 12 hours.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember you telling me about
that. When I switched to an adult person phone, aka a smartphone, I put all my numbers in by hand because I'm old school.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in this other girl, Kaylee's number, who I hadn't met up with yet, but we've been talking for a bit. We were going to maybe hook up. She was in Connecticut and then decided against it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess what happened was I went to text you because I saw on Facebook that you had split up. And
how did you see that? Because I definitely didn't do like the whole is single now bullshit, because I hate when people do that because it's essentially asking for pity.
No, I'm pretty sure you at least changed your relationship status or something. And what happened was I started texting this other girl, Kaylee, thinking it was you. And she was into it. She was like, so we basically planned to hook up. We almost set like a date and a time before I realized it wasn't you.
Not me.
And I was like,
oopsies.
I got like to feed my cat for the weekend. Sorry.
Oh shit.
And I was like, let's hit up the
poor Kaylee.
Let me contact the Kaylee who wants nothing to do with me.
Yes, that would be me. But I didn't exactly not want to have anything to do with you.
No. Yeah, you totally wanted the ID. No, I get it. No, you gave it a shot. You gave it an honest effort, I think, kind of.
No, I did.
We'll
get
went
into
out.
this. We'll get into this. So the things that have changed. I remember when I met you, my number was very, very low of people I'd slept with. Since then, that number has skyrocketed. Maybe not skyrocketed. That would be maybe
sophomore, junior years when I went.
But I've slept with a lot of people, and I have a lot of really interesting sex stories. Like, I could write a book about all the crazy, weird, odd shit that has happened to me, because I'm kind of down for anything for the most part, and I'm ballsy. Like, I will go out and meet somebody that I met online and meet them and see what's up. Like, I will do that. Whereas a lot of my friends won't.
Well, I think a lot of younger women won't, because I think online dating is only in the last couple years and now really becoming a thing that college girls are doing.
There's a huge social stigma around it. I consistently feel embarrassed about saying that I meet somebody online.
There isn't anymore. I think if you're still in college, there is. I think
in college, absolutely. Because all my friends think it's weird.
Yeah.
All my friends, the sex stories I tell my friends, most of my friends, they are appalled. They don't get it. And that's something that's very difficult for me.
Where are these sex meetups happening? OkCupid, Craigslist?
For a while it was Tinder.
Okay.
When I'd first broken up with my boyfriend, it was Tinder.
That's why I found you.
And that was really funny.
Not the first time, but found you again.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I'm just saying, listen, God,
that looks like it's gonna fall.
Some God out there keeps bringing me back. I'm just saying.
This is true.
Weird ways.
If we both believed in God, then that would probably work out.
Yeah, but I can conveniently believe for 10 minutes.
I often conveniently believe for 10 minutes. So I was doing work in the Tinder circuit for a while, and then I had a really poor Tinder experience that made me feel really shitty about life. Okay. And then I was like, okay, I just need to, I think I'm done playing around right now. I want to be in a relationship. And so then I joined OkCupid and have been fucking around on that for a while, took a break from it for a while, back on it. This girl that I work with was like, you need to download Hinge, which have been unhelpful.
Oh, is that
thus
the
far.
one where like friends?
Yeah,
they have a few of those.
Yeah, it's like
Now, just to clarify to listeners, because you're an attractive college girl at a school where there's plenty. Yeah, but just clarify, because you have a semi-valid reason for being a college girl.
Absolute valid
online
reason.
Dating since you were a freshman. Just clarify that.
I am surrounded by gay men
because
I'm a musical theater major at a school in New York City where there are barely any straight men, and the straight men that do go to my school are fucking stupid, and I hate them.
Okay, besides the part that made her sound completely juvenile at the end, yes, she has an extremely valid reason for being. I don't want people wondering like, maybe she looks ugly. Like, no, she's fucking adorable. But she's got a musical theater major. I feel so bad for her, especially if you're in a smaller school. The NYU,
NYU's a little bigger.
If you're a Cap 21, you got a bigger community to deal with.
Pace is really tiny, and the straight men who go to Pace are not people that I interact with on a daily basis because they're not in my major. Our major is very much we spend all our time together, and the boys that I have met who are straight at Pace are just not people that I've been interested in having any sort of thing with. Of
course. So you're back on you were single, you were fucking around, you're doing some fun, then you wanted something more substantial. Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I guess I don't really know what I want because I'm insanely busy right now. And so I really don't even have time to date. Like, all these guys have been asking me out on OkCupid, and I've been very picky, which I haven't been in the past. I'm intensely selective now. And all these guys have been asking me to go out, and I just don't have time. I'm like, I could maybe pencil you in like 2 weeks from now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just really busy. So maybe this isn't the time for a boyfriend. But I've also figured out, I think when you met me, I was kind of in this phase where I decided that, love was stupid and it wasn't something I was interested in, and I was gonna be that badass chick who just fucks guys and doesn't give a shit about it, and that I think romantic stuff is stupid and silly, and I think I played up that facade for quite a while and have only recently come to terms with the fact that I am at heart a huge gushy romantic.
Now this is since the fall, like this is like before, like because we tried to go like out again.
Yeah.
And that was like back in the fall. So since then, you've now realized.
Yeah, I have. It took me a while to figure that out because I think every girl has this thing where they want to be the cool chick. Like they want to be the cool girl who doesn't really care. They want to be Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
They want to be, and I actually read an article about this, about like cool girl syndrome, and it's a thing that happens throughout like each era. There's this one movie star or model who is the cool girl, and there really isn't any such thing as a cool girl. It's these girls who are suppressing parts of themselves.
Well, or I wouldn't say there's no cool girl, but then there are a lot who are trying to fit a different thing. They'll be the one who hangs with the guys and she watches football.
I'm absolutely that girl in some respect, but I thought I had to also be this girl who was like this horrible man eater and just didn't ever want to get married or anything like that. And all of a sudden I was like, that's
where's my chocolates?
Something
I want my heart-shaped box of chocolates.
I really want. I actually.
And it's not just because I'm on my period, because I genuinely want the heart-shaped box.
Totally. Yeah. So I figured that out recently. That's something I really, really want. So
good for you.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I empathize because I'm in the. I mean, that's why I'm here on the show. I'm in the exact same boat.
Right.
Despite all the crazy stories, I just want someone to cuddle with. Like after we go to the orgy or have sex in public, I want to just go and.
You just want to go cuddle.
I just want to buy you chocolate and have you tell me you love me. Yeah.
It's what anybody wants, I think.
Yeah. And when we were first seeing each other, I wasn't in that place.
Oh no. So that's what was so interesting about us seeing each other was that you were I remember you being very adamant about the fact you weren't looking for anything serious.
Well, there's also there was that. But that was partially a thing of I already knew early on. I was like, I'm not going to have a girlfriend who's in college because it's different. Like right. I literally, and again, for people concerned, I wasn't totally creeping. I literally just graduated. So it's not like I was 25 looking for 18-year-olds.
No. And I was a extra special 18-year-old is what I like to think.
I think I've told you that in all the times I tried to woo you since then. I was like, you were the only one I would probably break that rule for.
But I remember at the time that you were very against having a girlfriend, and I was like, cool, well, I'm totally against having a boyfriend. And then you would tell me all these things about how you were like fucking other people, and I remember being like, fuck, I'm not fucking anybody else. I gotta go fuck somebody else. I've gotta go do it so that we're on the same page. And so I was like trying to go fuck other people, and you'd be like, oh my God, I never forget this. When you were telling me,
I was also an idiot when I was seeing you.
I
was
pretty
in a
big
stretch.
idiot.
There's a girl who confirmed she wants to do the show earlier today. She said, and we're going to do it, but she's from that time period. She was one of those partners of mine, and she's probably got some words to say about me, and they're totally justified.
I will never forget this one time that you kept talking to me about this girl that you'd fucked in Central Park, and you kept bringing it up, and I was like, Billy, I'm so fucking happy for you that you fucked somebody in Central Park. Really I don't know how many times you need me to pat you on the fucking back for it. Congratulations. And you just kept bringing it up, and I was like, I get it. You fucked a bitch in Central Park. I'm done with this. Stop.
It was the highlight of my.
It sounded like the highlight of your career.
At 22, that was the highlight of my sexual.
It sounded like it, and I just remember being like, "Fucking Christ! I've got to go fuck somebody else. I've got to go do some crazy shit so I can be on par with him." Yeah, I remember I was young and I was impressionable, and I was also trying to be on your level.
Which is not a higher level. It's all a facade. It's not. It's
which I was later to find.
It's
a
fugazi.
I also vividly recall watching a movie together, like after we just hooked up or something. And
did I make you watch Chasing Amy?
Which to this day is one of my favorite films. So I thank you for that.
It should be, but two, it's if you say we watched a movie together, it's very probable.
It was either Chasing Amy or it was like Short Bus or one of those.
Short Bus is another great one.
And underrated. I remember you like trying to cuddle with me and me going, no. And just making you stop cuddling me because I was like, I don't need this. Like, I I don't need this cuddle bullshit. Who does he think he is?
I like how now the likability meter is slowly shifting. She's like, who's this bitch who won't cuddle with the guy? Just give him a little spoon. Fuck. I like now.
No,
I'm starting to get him back now.
No, I was a total bitch. I was a total bitch about it because
I was kind of an asshole.
Because I figured, I was like, this is what I've got to be. Like, if we're gonna be just sex, I've got to be completely emotionally unattached.
So now, if I was open to something different, something more, you think you would have been a little bit more? Maybe,
yeah.
So was my being so? Because I went through that for a while, except for this one girl, from the one who didn't get away. She drove me away because she's crazy. No, she's not crazy. She's just horrendously emotionally unavailable. But besides, like, I was very in that maybe year and a half stretch. I was very like, hey, letting them up know, hey, like, I'm super fun. Like, we can hang out. And I'm the type of like fuck buddy who like, I actually have an emphasis on the buddy part too. So like all this stuff. I can be very boyfriendy when I'm casual with someone. I think that sometimes sends mixed messages. So I would
You were not very boyfriend with me.
Not with you. But not during that that stretch during that fall was a different thing. But although
I do remember you being very impressed by me taking you to that show. And I remember me getting so mad at you because you fucking... I got so mad at you. So I took him to Silence the Musical, which is a parody version of Silence of the Lambs, the movie. And it's fucking hysterical. And it's probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And I remember taking you and... you were like cracking jokes during the show. And I was like, Billy, shut the fuck up. You're not the person who's supposed to be funny right now. They are. Can you just
can't watch a movie with me
and take it in? I was so mad at you.
You can't watch a movie with me.
I was like, it's not about you tonight.
I'm going to make jokes. If it's a comedy, I'm going to make jokes.
I was like, Billy, can you shut the fuck up?
If you want to
actors are trying to be funny.
If you want to shut me up, take me to something that's going to make me cry. I'll shut the fuck. Like Wicked, I'm not making a single joke during Wicked. All right, there are lessons to be learned.
The fact that you just said you would be, all my friends would bow down and worship you right now if they had heard you say that.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want me to shut up during like a performance, even if I go to a comedy show, like unless like I'm watching someone who's fucking awesome, like I'll probably like be. Like me and a buddy will be like critiquing the person. Like we'll be putting our own tags. Be like, no, that was a great premise, but you told bad punchline. This would have been way funnier. But so you want me to shut up during something? You gotta take me to something like give me a cathartic release. So I mean, I am sorry for ruining Silence.
No, it's okay. You didn't. It was like my second time seeing it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I remember being so angry at you. It's so funny. We were never technically like in a relationship, but out of all the few relationships I've had, like you were one of the only people I actively fought with. Like we fought.
We did
sometimes, yeah.
What did we fight about?
Oh my God, do you remember the time that you
Apparently
fucking got
not.
so pissed at me for... God, I was watching like Two Broke Girls or something. We were talking about a Two Broke Girls episode. There was a guy with a six-pack on there, and I was like, damn, he's hot. You should go for that six-pack or something. It was not meant to be mean. It was literally not... It was not meant to be anything. I've encountered...
Very self-conscious about my midsection.
I've encountered 2 six-packs in my life, and both times... I wanted to like bow down and say I'm not worthy because like that's not something that I need or look for. That's just not a thing. And you got so butthurt at me. You were so angry. You were like, I can't believe that you would bring that up.
Yep.
I can't believe that you would say something like that.
All of a sudden,
I was like,
I turned into a self-righteous 24-year-old woman.
I was like, Billy, where the fuck is this coming from? And you're like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you right now. And so then I felt fucking bad. So I called you and was like, hey, I'm fucking sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset. I was just making a joke. I thought it was harmless.
I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know you were going to be such a bitch about it.
I didn't know you. I literally said that to one of my friends. I was like, he's being such a little bitch about this right now. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. And you were like, it's okay. Just like, don't ever let it happen again. And I was like, please.
I said that?
Billy? Yes, you did.
Oh my God.
And I remember being like,
who was I?
I remember being like, oh, Jesus Christ.
No wonder you stopped fucking me. Like...
God, I was so mad at you. I was like, God, why is he being such a dick about this?
No, Dick would have been at least somewhat manly about it.
No, yeah, you were such a girl about it. Yeah, these are things I remember about us quasi dating.
I remember pretty much fond times, but
I'm interested to hear what you remember. Let's hear what you remember.
You know what? I choose to focus on the positives.
As you should.
I remember sex that rocked my world. Apparently did not do the same the other way around, but it's fine.
No, it was good.
No, yeah, I know it was good. No, I didn't say it was bad.
There was room for improvement. But I'd like to think that things maybe have changed. I don't know. Maybe you've gotten better. Who's to say?
It's very possible. You'll never know.
Oh my God.
No, I remember sex I was very much always looking forward to. I remember quick wit that I liked. You were like a Kat Dennings that I had all to myself.
I've got to say,
else.
I fucking love that comparison. There has never been a comparison that I've liked more. You totally.
Like, is that a way to get you back? Is if I keep calling you Kat Dennings?
Yeah, I fucking loved the Kat Dennings.
Hey guys,
comparison.
I got to put on pause for a second.
I loved the Kat Dennings comparison because she's fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah,
and she's hot, and like I was so about it.
Kaylee,
except every time you would give me the backhanded compliment of saying, "Oh my God, you're so like Kat Dennings," then you'd be like, "Just your boobs aren't as big." And
it's not, but not
fucking shut up. I know they're not.
It was a descriptor because I mean I think I'm not at all a size guy when it comes to tits. So, but yeah, that's dick of me to bring up. I can't believe I would.
Yeah, you
qualify.
did. You totally did.
Because like it's fine for me to qualify.
And then you made me feel bad about my boobs. I was like,
why would I say that? Like I said,
and I'm a little boob self conscious right now because currently my roommate has the most perfect tits I have ever seen.
Right,
Emily, if you're listening to this,
but
she has perfect tits, and so I'm like, God damn, why are my tits better?
Like I said, I don't know what they're like now. I don't have a picture perfect memory, but I do remember being very pleased. So no, I remember good sex. I remember you're funny, as everyone here can obviously tell. You're a funny chick. You're quick wit, and you were not cuddly, but you were somewhat sweet in your own way, and I enjoyed that. And like I said, I think if I was in a different time, a different place with myself, I would have had maybe different intentions.
Totally.
But it just caught me. I just graduated college.
Right.
I had all of a sudden I had a lot of female attention. I've said this before, but when women sleep with me, I'm still figuring out why. Like it's still a novelty to me. Like there's a little piece of me anytime I get laid that still wants to go to like one of my, most of my friends are all chicks. So
I fucking have that shit.
Every time I was like, oh my God, someone like slept with me. Like, aren't they stupid?
I totally do that too. I'm like, oh my God, someone slept with what?
Like what? Because like I had zero. I mean, I had 1% female attention before college, and then after and so right after I graduated,
we have very similar backgrounds.
We do. So. At the time I had a lot of attention that I just wasn't used to. I was enjoying it. So I was like, all right, this is fun. And maybe had I not been such a douche nozzle, and if you hadn't gone off and gotten a boyfriend that was, an idiot.
To be fair, that was way past when you and I were a thing. That was much later.
What, 2 months?
No.
That happened like when you went home for break.
No, it did not. I went. The reason
did you lie to me? Did you say
no? I never told you I had a boyfriend.
I thought that's
said
what it was.
no.
I thought you said the guy.
I said I saw my ex-boyfriend and shit got fucked up for me, and I just didn't want to.
Okay.
I just didn't want to date anymore, and that is exactly what happened. And I was single for 8 months because I think it was like January my freshman year. I told you that I didn't want to see you anymore. Cause shit got really fucked up when I went home that time. I was a fucking mess. We are still friends, and we've pretty consistently fucked like when we're home. I think he has a girlfriend now, which I think is really good for him. But like, it took me a while to figure out that this sounds so douchey, but it took me a while to get to this spot where like I am much better than him. He's fucking
wait, as in better, like as a person existentially.
As a person existentially, like he's he fucking is working at Gunther Tootie's, which is this stupid 50s themed restaurant in Colorado. He doesn't have any aspirations in his life except for to be a hypnotist, and he smokes weed all day, every day.
You know what? Well, let me stop. You are right. You are existentially on a bigger level. You're better than him. I know a lot of people who are better than him.
Yeah, it's just, and it took me so long to get over
yes,
that. And
I
like,
do. I am
and not thinking that I was good enough to be with him, and now I'm like, fucking, you're an idiot for not wanting to be with me. Like you're odd and strange. And he came out to visit me in December, and I guess when it's just me and him, I don't realize how odd he is. But then when I brought him around all my friends, I was like, fuck, you're weird. You can't come out here again. This is fucking weird. And everyone was like, who is this guy? Why is he so strange? Like, it took me a long time to get to that spot. And, but now I think he has a girlfriend and I'm very happy for him. And I think like we can still be friends. He's that's adorable. He's a very big part of my life, for a few years. And I very much love him and that I care about him and I care about him being happy. And it took me a long time to get to that point. So that's what happened with him. I was single for like 8 months. I went to Iowa to do summer stock.
I remember this.
And I met this guy who was playing in the band for one of our shows.
Was he the drummer?
He was the bassist.
Who fucks the bassist?
Me. I fucking love bassists.
No one fucks the bassist.
Oh, if you know what's good for you, ladies, fuck a bassist.
Hey, ladies out there, if you've actually fucked a bassist, email the show at manwhorepod@gmail.com. You know how many emails I'm going to get? -5, because it's going to be women saying everyone knows you fucked the drummer. Here's all I have to say. No. And here's what I have to say. Bassists, watch them play their bass and look at those fingers. Magic fucking fingers. Those guys are magicians. Yeah, but that trick gets old.
No, it does. Okay, for this guy, it did not. Anyways, I was so sexually deprived. Stop it. I was so sexually deprived all summer that I was like, oh my God, we're getting straight musicians for this last show. Mine, bitches. I literally made an announcement in the house. I said, just so everyone knows, because there were a lot of couples in the house.
Right,
and,
this is going to make... Okay, so you were, what, 19?
Yes, 19.
So you were this 19-year-old girl in the company, and everyone was... And you walked in and be like, that dick, mine. And everyone was like, who's
that
this child?
That is exactly what happened. No, and the best part is, Billy, everyone said, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, they said okay in their head. They're
no,
like...
everyone was like...
Did she just call it? Did she just call dibs on a dick?
Yep. And you know what? Almost everyone said, she deserves it. I said... That I do, motherfuckers. It was because there was all this drama with another guy.
That's the other thing I liked about you, the confidence.
I fucking was like, it's time. I've been fucking horny all summer. It didn't work out with this guy that I liked in the company because one of the other girls got with him in a very shady way. But I was like, you know what? Not her fault. If he likes her better, then that's his thing, and then that's fine. But she tried to hit on this guy that I already called dibs with when she had the guy that I liked before. And I said, someone better hold me back because I will kill her if she goes after something that I want right now because she got hers. I need to get mine.
So you and then you date the bassist and then you came back. It's so with us. There was that period. There's another period that you got single. That didn't happen. I got you the ID. Things disappeared. But then there was another shot. I
don't even remember how this other shot came about.
The other shot, I think I found you on Tinder.
No, that was
back. That was the ID time. Okay. No, I think what it was. I just think I was feeling like I want to give Kaylee another shot. Something about you. I don't do this. If I stop sleeping with someone, like I don't often like persist just to get laid again. I wasn't. I mean, had you been like, listen, I just need to use you, I would be like, I don't know, maybe. But like, I did contact you because I was like, I feel like there was something there. Let's give Kaylee another shot. Let's see. Let's see if she'll give me another shot. Let's see if there's still something there. Mm-hmm. I think I just kind of reached out and was like, hey.
And I will say this for you, Priscilla.
Don't be nice now.
Oh, God,
don't start now.
I'll try. I consistently doubt myself every time you contact me again. I'm like, fuck, did I make the wrong decision? I consistently doubt myself. It's a weird thing. I can't figure you out.
I do come with brunch.
Bitches love brunch.
I know.
I love brunch.
That's why I offer brunch.
You never offered me brunch.
You've never been in a position to get brunch.
Ooh. Well. And there's that. So yeah, that's our sordid tale.
Is there something specifically? I mean, not this isn't like I need some closure. But no, here's what was interesting. You did come out that we did go one more time, and I want to know what was it that either brought you out, and then also what was there something about me that made you be like, this isn't going to work like that?
Yeah, I was super interested in coming out, and I was like, "This sounds like a really great."
Besides
idea.
the fact that I was in New Jersey, that's a very fair reason.
New
for
Jersey
anyone.
was a big portion of it. I think it's that you are not what I envision my type being. Like, my type is dirty musician, like with tattoos and fucking emotionally fucked up. Like that is my type. And at the time that you asked me out, I was like, no.
At the time I asked you out, Natanya had totally fucked me up emotionally. Don't worry.
I was like, I want somebody who's has their shit together, and who has a lot of goals and blah 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 blah. And I think it was something about, if I'm being completely honest,
please,
I think it was something about you being in New Jersey, still living with your parents, that I was like, ugh. And I know that there's reason for that. Yeah. And I totally get it.
I was going to say, I'm trying not to be defensive. I have it like I have a post-it note on my wall that says, listen, like it's, but it's not like I was still
totally makes sense.
I wasn't still living with parents. I was living on my own for 2 years. I moved back temporarily because I quit my job.
And I totally got, and this was like one of those bitchy like moments in my mind that I was like, that's unfair, Kaylee.
Yeah.
And then I was like, stop. I don't know. And just like, it was something about that night where like the sexual attraction just like wasn't there for me. I don't know what it was. It was a lot of combinations of a lot of those different things.
Well, because I'm remembering
the condescension never goes away with you.
it's a struggle, daily struggle.
It's
really hard being this awesome at life.
And here's the thing, and I will give you this: I am young, and you do know more than me, obviously, by proxy, because you're older than me. You know more than I do. But we hate somebody who's younger than the person they're like around, hates to be told things are going to be like this when you're our age, or like, I know better. We don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I hated that. Oh God, it made me so mad. And I can hold my own, A, and B, I will learn the things that you know. I will learn them eventually. And it will be better for me if I make my own mistakes and learn those things on my own than if somebody is to tell them to me. Then I just hate you and think you're an asshole. That's kind of what that is. But because you're not the first person who's done that to me, because I have a thing with older people, and older people consistently pull that shit with me.
When I was your age, I also had a thing for older people. Oh, he did it again!
God!
He did it again!
Oh my God!
Oh,
I didn't think it was possible, and yet here we are.
No, I definitely, you're one of the main people I think who has helped me learn to be aware of that. Because I don't know that right away. I think I'm just being like trying to crack jokes.
Totally.
But I forget that I didn't like it when older women did it to me, and that's detrimental to me. Especially if I'm actually like, if I'm just hooking up with some 20-year-old, like, okay, like if she feels condescended, I shouldn't do that. But at the same time, like, it's not the end of the world. But if someone was into, and I was into you, I was surprised at it, but I should have taken that more to heart and been more active to be aware about it. And I'm still now aware of it. It's still hard to do because when you're Billy Procida, it's really hard to not have to
difficult.
teach. It's just it's a burden.
You just have so much wisdom to share.
When you're straight and white and
just like super privileged, like
it's really
hard not to pass that on to others. That wisdom. I totally agree.
It's kind of a curse.
A blessing and a curse.
I'm like given this responsibility. God, and I'm like, I have to like put down my iPhone and be a person. This sucks.
It's very difficult. Very difficult. Going back to our last date, another reason this is so weird. That fucking cat. I like cats.
Not my cat. I hate cats.
I like cats. I like cats pretty a lot.
Okay, I like cats too.
But that cat was like up in our business, and I was like, I can't feel good about anything that's happening right now because this fucking cat is like all up on me.
So maybe had I been living in New York and there
it might have been a little different.
I might have had a shot back then.
It might have been a little bit different. And the fact that I had to fucking drive all the way, we had to go all the way to New Jersey, and then, which I totally understand. When I told you that I just didn't think it was going to work out, and you were like, well, can you take the bus home? I was like, fucking Christ, I don't want to take the bus home. But
I did make you take the bus home.
If I were you, I wouldn't have wanted to drive me either.
Yeah.
I totally get it. It made total sense in my head. But I was just like, I felt really bad for rejecting you. I don't think I've ever rejected anybody before. I felt really, really bad about it. Or at least not face to face. I've never rejected anybody face to face. And I was like,
you had to do it like your parents did it, face to face.
I felt really bad about it. And I was like, God, this is so fucking
Now you understand why there were so many.
And then you had to wait with me for the fucking bus to get there.
I actually didn't have to. I kind of just wanted to.
Oh, yeah, because you're a nice person. You didn't want me to like get raped and die in fucking New Jersey, which I doubt I would have anyway.
That's totally the reason why.
Or you just want to. I don't know why you want to wait with me, but I was like, fucking Christ, couldn't we have just like made awkward conversation in his car? Like, do I have to wait on this fucking bus? Yeah, that was a real thing that happened.
Preach.
I mean, I don't blame you. I would have made me fucking take a bus too. I totally get it.
No, yeah. Especially because I thought it was gonna go well. I thought
you really thought, yeah.
I mean, eventually I was starting to pick up. I just don't think she's interested. Got it. But there was a small period of time I thought, just by sheer virtue that you chose to come out again.
Because I really did want to give you another shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
This is also not pity party for Billy. Like it's like I accept when things don't click and work out like that. I just thought something that was interesting was I remember. Not this most recent time, but the time before when I kind of was like trying to feel you out. You know, you had mentioned like, well, like sexually, I'm just like such a different person now, and I'm all like this kinky and all that, and I'm like, what is that about? Like, you were like, you're just so not like a sexual match for me. I'd be like,
I did not say that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. We wouldn't be sexually compatible.
I didn't. When did I say that?
You literally used sexually compatible on multiple occasions.
When did I say that? In
the several times I kind of tried to court you digitally, like I tried to like give you a call or like text you or something, like I'd be like, and you just be like, I just don't think we're sexually compatible because I'm just this new woman who likes to be tied up, and I don't think you can do that.
I don't know. I don't know why I would have said that. I truly don't remember saying that, but I'll believe you.
It could have been you just want to establish some dominance and be like, yeah, bitch, look at me now. And
maybe that could have totally been
fine. You could have been like a Tim McGraw song, like take a look at me now.
Totally could have been that. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I think I'm also a future thinker, which is something that is a really difficult, it's a stupid thing that I need to get over and just live in the moment. But I was like, I can't take Billy home to my parents.
Really?
Thing that can happen.
Parents fucking love me.
I believe they love you
because I'm so.
I don't know why
I'm
I thought
so
that.
not
and I was
threatening.
Like, can I bring him to my friends? I don't know if I could take him to see my friends. I don't know how they feel. I don't know. It was all this like stupid future thinking.
Am I that not cool?
No, you are cool. You just. I think what fucked you over was. Do you remember the roommate debacle?
Which one? My roommates were crazy.
My roommate debacle.
Your roommate debacle.
When you texted my roommate. Do you remember that?
I probably stole your phone and texted things. Sure. I just don't know what.
You did not steal my phone. You texted from your phone to my roommate and was like something about bringing me home at a certain hour or whatever. And it caused this huge fight between me and my roommate. And I was like, I can't bring Billy around my friends.
The fuck did I do? This sounds like me circa 2011.
Yeah,
you're totally right.
It was fucking weird. And I was so mad at you. I was like, you asked me for my roommate's phone number. And I was like, I don't know why he's doing that. And then I gave it to you and you fucking took it and texted her all this mean shit. And she got really mad. And then she told everybody on my floor, this sounds so fucking high school.
It does.
It
wow,
does.
What the fuck did I say?
She told everybody on my floor and we got in this huge fight and things were never the same between us, which was fine because she's a fucking cunt anyway. Sorry, I only use that word when it's appropriate.
Maybe I was calling her a cunt because she was being a cunt. Like,
well, she was, so it could be. But I was like, but then everybody on my floor had like this bad taste of you and I was like, I can't bring him around here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you remember how this? I'd also like to note that this is the first time you've ever been on my territory. Ever.
Not my fault.
No, absolutely all my fault. Like, I had this rule, you couldn't come to my dorm room, you couldn't come to my house. Like,
you insisted on going all the way to Bushwick.
Every time. Yep. This is true.
Okay. I can take some of those things. I can own that. There are definitely a lot of things I can learn from my experience with you. I appreciate the honesty.
You're welcome. I hope I wasn't too harsh or...
No, sometimes I need hard. I mean, like you heard Nikki on the first episode. Gotta keep my ego in check.
Nikki, you're a cool bitch. I want to hang out with you. I fucking loved her.
You can go out to Hoboken and hang with her.
Hoboken? Oh my God. Billy, let me tell you.
Let me
tell you a hilarious story. I fucking last weekend got drunk with my friend Kristen. Okay. We met these guys. And
does this end with you like in a public orgy in Hoboken?
No, definitely not a public orgy.
Less
I'm
interest.
fucking wasted. Fucking get in a cab with these guys. Somehow think drunkenly that I'm going to end up at my house via this cab. Next thing I know, the meter reads $100 and we're in Hoboken. And I'm like, why the fuck are we here? This is bullshit. Long story short, I like slept with one of these guys and woke up the next morning.
Oh, Kaylee.
Woke up the next morning. This is how fucking rude I was. And I didn't care. I was like, this is fucking stupid. I'm in Hoboken. Woke up, go, Kristen, why weren't you watching me? I was supposed to be celibate. Why was no one watching me? I wasn't supposed to do this in front of this dude. I'm doing this in front of him.
You sound like a dude just like...
I was acting like a
someone,
dude.
No, I meant you sound like someone like suffering from withdrawal. But why weren't you watching me? You know if you don't watch me, I'm going to go back to the heroin. I can't control myself.
Happening.
I'm a fucking addict.
That's exactly what's happening.
You sound like House in season 5.
That's exactly what's happening. And then I turned to her and one of his friends is behind her and I go, what is his name again? I have no idea what this guy's name is. And his friend sees me and his friend is like, you don't know what his name is? And I was like, sorry, can we get the fuck out of Hoboken? This place is a hellhole. And then I made fun of Hoboken the whole time I was there.
Well, that's fair.
They were very, very eager to get rid of me, which I was like, totally fine. I don't want to be here anyway.
All right.
That's my story about Hoboken. Not a place I want to go again.
I don't blame you. You're in New York City, the best city in the whole world.
This is true.
I am going to pee real quick. And then...
Oh my God, great. You do that, then I'm going to pee after you.
Oh, awesome. Okay, we're going to tag
We're in the same position.
Cool. And then maybe we'll play a couple games.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
We're back. Okay, so you've listened to the show, right?
Yes.
So you know we've got games.
I do know.
Okay. You've made it to the end of episodes.
Is it lame if I have?
No, it's not at all. No, it's not at all lame. That's why one listens. There's a part of me in my head that thinks that people turn off at some point. I have no idea of knowing.
I listened straight through.
Atta girl. Okay, so you have options. We can do one or the other or both. I'm ready. I'm set up for we could do Creepy PM's Theater or Cast That Porn.
Let's do the Creepy PM's Theater.
I wanted to do both that kind of sounded like in the entertainment world for you.
Wow, thanks.
Either you could be acting or you could be the casting director.
Oh, great.
Okay, so this is a really good one. It's titled "Creep Doesn't Like Getting Dick Pics." Do you want to be the guy or the guy? Do you want to be the creep or do you want to be the one receiving the creepy PM?
Oh God.
The creep or the creeped on?
I think the creep.
Okay, you want to be the creep, so here's the creep.
I think I'm kind of into that. Yes. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay. So here's a round of Creepy PM's Theater entitled Creep Doesn't Like Getting Dick Pics. Okay. Kaylee is going to play the role of the creep, and I will be the creeped on.
Want to watch us have sex together?
Do you send that message to girls hoping you'll get a pissed off reply so you can just fight on the internet?
Yeah, I like angry digital sex.
Good luck elsewhere then.
Thanks. Let me know when you want to ride the most massive cock of your life.
Thanks for letting me know you have serious comprehension issues.
Thanks for letting me know you're a stuck-up prude.
Oh, little baby mad.
I think you need a dick in your mouth.
Stop projecting and suck my dick already, kid.
What the fuck? Are you a dude?
And scene.
Wait, that's fucking hilarious.
I love creepy PMs. Who does that? You can tell there's another one that I don't have
when you
printed
ride
out.
The most massive cock of your life.
Ugh. Well, this was good. I feel like I've learned some things.
Yeah.
If I learned anything, I feel like it's that once a year, I have a chance.
That's what we're coming away from. With
I think that might be what I'm coming away from. I feel like this was a good study session for next time. You're like the professor who's like, hey, listen, if you want to come to my office hours, I will help you out. I'm basically going to give you the answers. Just write them down. I'm giving them to you. I'm just going to mix up the order. Study these, you'll pass.
Could be.
But like, I'm the student who sometimes still fucks that up and gets a B-. Like, he gave you the answers.
Retarded. Like, get with it.
So,
look, I think we're all gonna. You're gonna find what you're looking for.
Oh,
I'm
so
gonna find
you.
what I'm looking for.
One day you're gonna have
Maybe
a very eager guy face in between your legs. It's gonna happen.
Totally. I fucking hope so. You're just crossing fingers.
Raise his hand.
Oh my god.
This is fun. This is good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
I enjoyed
Definitely buy
myself.
yourself a copy of The Ethical Slut.
I'm going to. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
There's some things I think you'll really take away from it.
I think I will too.
Some of the stuff on jealousy actually might be really good. I just have an inkling. I don't know. You'll be amazed. It's not a zero-sum game. But so yeah, thank you for coming on, and I hope you had a decent time. You don't feel
had a great time.
Jumped.
No,
I didn't try to have sex with you again. This is like the first time I've contacted you, not trying to.
I know. I loved the text that was like, "Hey, I'm not trying to confess my undying love to you, but you did use those words. That's not just me
I did use those words because you know what? You kind of did it for me, and I was surprised that you did. But there's something where I was like,
I was surprised that someone such as yourself would be somebody who would work for me.
You're right. That's exactly what I just did. I did it again.
Oh,
you're right.
Gotcha. You're working on it.
Super fun, so much fun, guys. Wasn't she great? That was so much fun. We couldn't even remember to do a proper sign off at the end. We just kept talking and talking and talking. We forgot we should probably say goodbye to everybody. It's so cool to see that you can still have that type of rapport with someone years after. You kind of just pick up where you left off. I think that's really cool. That's great. If you enjoy the show, guys, be sure to come back. Tune in every Wednesday. I'm here on iTunes and SoundCloud and wherever else you guys get your podcasts. I'm here bringing it to you. If you want to keep up to date with any Manwhore Podcast news, sign up for the mailing list at www.manwhorepod.com. Going to do some fun stuff with that soon. If you have any comments or questions, email the show at manwhorepod@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. If you don't want to do it publicly in a comment, you can either berate me or praise me in an email, or request another guest back and tell me how much you loved her. I'll see if she'll come back again. And as always, you can find me over on Twitter at @TheBillyProcida. Say hi. Use the hashtag Manwhore Podcast. Share it with your friends. And again, if you want to come out to Stories from Orgies, that's going to be tomorrow on Thursday at 3 of Cups in New York City on 5th Street and 1st Avenue. Should be fun. I'm not entirely sure which story I'm going to tell, but it's certainly going to be interesting. Because, you know what? Listen, compared to these guys, I'm tame. Okay, if you thought that Subway tranny blowjob story was insane, you need to hear these people. Their stuff's intense. I'm going to sign off now. It was a very good day. Had a bunch of people tell me it looked like I lost weight. I'm going to end it on a good note. See y'all next week. Stay slutty.